kick off with the investigation?
Yeah. We're from Newsround, which is children's news for the BBC.
Oh.
Obviously the show started a long time ago, but children are discovering it all the time. So what would you like children to take away from the show?
That's a really great question.
Yes, I mean, the thing that is so special about Avatar, I think, is as the seasons progress, we learn more about the philosophical underpinnings of the show. That whole idea of balance, of trying to find what is important to you, but also trying to be in accord with nature and everyone else. So for me, that always struck me very deeply. Yeah.
And I think what's interesting, Avatar really introduces a lot of big, universal stories that we experience in real life, and introduces it to the audience and a lot of younger people in a way that they're able to digest it. Honestly, when I watched some of the episodes, I didn't know exactly what was going on until I really dwelled into the story and paid attention more as an adult. And so even for children, for children to learn about things like genocide or heavy-duty topics, they're able to understand it while really just they're kids, on the show. So kids talking to kids or kids going through their own experiences, it helps them relate a lot better.
And it does it so well because I think in the beginning it's a little more lighthearted.
Right.
There's a lot more comedy, and it's so the kids can relate to that. And then as they continue, then more of these lessons start to be revealed.
Thank you.
Sure.
Good question.
So looking back now at the show, you guys are both iconic characters. Is there anything from your time on the show that still sticks out to you? Any lines from your characters? Any even like characteristics that you still hold in your day-to-day life?
Good question. First of all, I feel really lucky to be a part of the show. When you're an actor and you go to do a certain job, at least for me, it's like, oh, I'm here doing this job. Okay, finish that. What's the next? Oh my gosh, I hope it does well. But again, being a part of the Avatar universe, it has grown so vastly, right? We're here in London, experiencing this. I would say my takeaway from the show, aside from just being a part of it and recording for it, is the lessons I've learned from Suki. People ask me that all the time. Do you think that you're similar to her? I'm like, I hope so. She's a very upstanding character. I hope I could, be somewhat similar. But also the relationships that I formed over the years. That doesn't happen all the time in cast settings, so that's been really delightful. And yeah, to just go back and hear something that we've all created together is something that's very special.
I had a very different experience than you. I mean, it's when I first started, the Cabbage Merchant was a one-off character. He was just being one time. So, had 3 characters during that episode. So I thought it was just a one-off. I didn't think I'd be coming back or anything. And then they called me the next season. And by that time I had watched it. And I was like, I really want to do it again. And they said, Nickelodeon would like to have you come back for Avatar. And I said, oh my God, do I get to be a bender this time? do I get to be royalty? And they're like, no, remember that cabbage guy? You're going to do him again. And
people love James.
But it was like so unexpected, and it really shows you that it really isn't me. It's a character that somehow strikes everyone's fancy, and you can't really plan for that, So now I am very, very grateful. But I never got to record with the cast,
We didn't always record together. I recorded a lot of them. I was only supposed to be there for one episode as well.
Oh, really?
And thanks to the creators, obviously, and the fans, I kept coming back. But I recorded a lot by myself, and then we would record in pods. So I recorded most of my scene work with Jack DeSena, who plays Sokka, a lot with Jack, and sometimes with May. And then most of us recorded the whole last few episodes together for the ending. So that was really fun.
It's hard not to feel like imposter syndrome because these guys did such amazing, deeply textured work, and I just screamed my cabbages. So yes, but it's been obviously very fulfilling since.
I will say the most iconic line.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it hasn't been until these conventions. I started doing it like a year and a half ago, and it's not until then that I got to meet everybody. And now I feel very like a family member.
Has anyone brought you a cabbage to sign?
Oh yes, many, and I'm selling cabbages too. So, one person wanted me to sign their a real cabbage, and I was like, well, it's not going to last very long. So luckily, I had some with me. So that's
Okay,
good.
and then last question from me. We've got the live action now that's happening.
Which James is in.
Yeah, getting
Yes.
very popular as well. Any words of advice, or what do you hope to see in the future from the new generation that's taking these roles?
I'll leave that to you.
I would like to see more cabbage. I don't know if I'll be coming back, but it's. So let's cross our fingers.
Yeah, and I will add to that. It was so exciting to know that James was a part of it, and people always ask me, and I said, listen, I might be just a couple years older to play Suki. Anne Marie is gorgeous, and she's, I think, one of the most delicious things about the show. But you never know about cameos, so fingers crossed.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
You'd be very good in Ba Sing Se.
Thank you. I would welcome that.
Thank you, guys.